Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to share some healing energy with you today. So if you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, know that you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. It includes all the days and times that I do go live, same days and times every week. And go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to know about last minute pop-up streams during the week also. For those of you who are new here and are live, go ahead and click that live chat button. Make any request for healing that you happen to be setting for yourself, whether it's very specific, very mundane, physical, emotional, personal goals, whatever it might be. Go ahead and chat them out. I will start by building us a beautiful crystal grid to support our healing. So the actual sending of healing will begin in about 40 minutes or so. So if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to go ahead and skip right to that part. But the first part is so fun for anybody who wants to learn about crystals. So I see that we've already got some good folks hanging out in the chat. I want to go right over to you all. But first, there's also information in the chat about social media, my online Reiki classes, my community Discord, crystal shop, and so much more. So thank you for being here, and let's dive right in. So welcome in, everyone. NP, welcome. Future Someone, welcome back. Good to see you. Grace, Korakar, so glad to see you. I see some of your requests, and I've already started building the grid, so let's just go right into it. Ta-da! So we've got our usual copper and herkimer. Copper helps to get the energy moving, breaks up some blockages. The herkimer is a group project. We're very invested in Greg getting a literary agent for his book, so we're putting the herkimer in there. Herkimer helps not only our intuition, but it helps us when we're manifesting in the universe to set the intention that the answer be in alignment with everyone's greatest good, especially your own. And so it's a really, really lovely stone to bring in when you're trying to find the right person to partner with for work. And when can that be a bad thing? I also see some other ones. I know requests for Susan and Greg as well. Greg is recovering from some hip surgery. So we're going to bring in some howlite. Howlite is a very powerful stone for bone, hair, teeth, but especially for bones. I work with it a lot. I tend towards osteoporosis and osteopenia, but it's also a great stone for things like frustration, anger, resentment, all of those really difficult emotions as well. This can really help us to process them and move them through gracefully and with as much ease as possible. So anything having to do with joints or bones, howlite's a superb choice. So we'll go ahead and fold that in. And I know Susan's been dealing with some inflammation as she had knee surgery not long ago. So we'll bring in some lapis. Lapis is an incredible stone to help us with integrity, honesty, good relationships, communication, being open and upfront, eye to eye. It's also one that's great for things like pain and inflammation, particularly inflammation. So between howlite for joints and lapis for pain and inflammation, this can be really helpful for not only what's going on with Susan, but also probably a lot more of us as well. Really powerful duo. This is also a great stone for getting over or finding a better way to deal with things like clutter. If you're looking to get out of a disorganized rut, this can be a great stone to help you. There we go. So there is lapis. We also have some requests from Korakar: Moonstone, Sunstone, Rainbow Moonstone, and Labradorite. So we'll start with Sunstone. I have orange Sunstone here. It helps us greatly expand our vision of our own potential. This helps us to see past our own limiting beliefs, especially the ones we don't even know that we have, and think of a future for ourselves and goals for ourselves that are far beyond our usual everyday awareness of what we can reach. So it takes anything, whether we've internalized those beliefs from society, from childhood, or just anywhere. This can help us to see a much fuller potential for ourselves. So this one reminds us that we did not come here to play small. So we're going to go ahead and put some orange sunstone here and here. When it comes to moonstone and labradorite, they actually are really strongly related. Moonstone, rainbow moonstone, and labradorite, all of these stones. So rainbow moonstone is essentially white labradorite. And here, I'll show you can see a little bit of that bluish white glint in the rainbow moonstone, especially in this specimen. Yeah, this is essentially white labradorite. Now, labradorite is, first of all of these stones, and this is standard moonstone, they're all in the feldspar family. These are all, like I said, related, but they all have one commonality. They definitely help support intuition, receptivity, and awareness, but in slightly different ways. Rainbow moonstone helps us to open in a really high vibrational state that's excellent for things that include channeling, mediumship, reading tarot, doing any kind of intuitive work, especially if we're bringing through messages to deliver to someone else. It can help with the upper chakras to help connect us to the universal awareness and bring those messages through with clarity and lots of support. Labradorite is a little bit more grounded. So we'll put this rainbow moonstone here and here. Labradorite is a bit more grounded. This still encourages intuition, but it also encourages on a much deeper level, deeper understandings. This is a stone that you can also use for studying, putting together facts and data from many different places. It becomes a great stone for people who work in, say, data science. It helps us to see how different disparate pieces of information relate to one another, whether they are mundane here on Earth or maybe a little bit more divine. So this helps us to bridge the gap between intuitive and spiritual realm and physical realm. And we're going to go ahead and place that right here. This is what we normally think of when we think of moonstone. This is deeply connected with the concept of the high priestess in the tarot. Awareness, knowledge, ancient teachings, connection to the cycles of Earth. This is divine feminine energy, deep connection with nature and all that it has to teach us. So this kind of moonstone is very much aligned with those who do any kind of work with nature, those who are doing work with the moon, any kind of lunar cycle, although all of these stones are great. This one I find to be even more particularly beneficial. It's also somewhere in between labradorite and rainbow moonstone in terms of being grounded. It's not, yes, it will help you with your intuition, but it won't make you feel ungrounded, at least not right away. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring that in too. Actually, let's go ahead and put this moonstone right on the coppers. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And success in all matters and support for your mom with long COVID. If you feel comfortable, let me know which symptoms, or at least what parts of the body the symptoms are coming from, and I can pick a stone better for you based on that. Hello, Heart. Susan. Susan, you saw 4 different feathers on your walk through the city. Your angels are trying to get through to you. Yeah, that's usually your angels. Oh, awesome. Thanks, future someone. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into my other window so I can read a little bit more. Hello, welcome in, Vincent, future someone. Brindley, good to see you. Fantastic. Okay, good stuff. So let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Susan, we already got all the good stones for you. We got you lapis and howlite. And we got Greg, you and him both overlap with howlite, but we also brought in herkimer. NP, having some pain behind your knee, neuropathy type pain, chronic migraine issues as well. Okay, we can support that. So howlite definitely helps with the joints, but being a nerve type pain, neuropathy type pain, there's some better answers. Awesome. Yeah, this is, I think, also possibly. Yeah, here we go. I really like blue kyanite for that. Blue kyanite's very much connected to nerve stuff. So when it comes to neuropathy, neuralgia, things like that, blue kyanite. Any kind of nerve or neurological care, blue kyanite can be really helpful. Also for things like anything that involves speech or recovering from a stroke, but this can be very helpful with the nerves in the body. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Chronic migraine too. Yeah, we've got some good ones for that. So let's go ahead and bring in this. Other things that blue kyanite can do is understanding the intuitive messages that come through and radical acceptance. Radical acceptance of who you are, of how you operate, and being proud of yourself exactly as you already are. It's a good anti-shame crystal. Another great stone for nerves, nerve pain, anything having to do with the myelin sheath, so including MS, degenerative diseases, and all of the nerve channels, is Chevron Amethyst. Chevron Amethyst also helps to carry our wishes and desires and goals up to the heavens so our spirit guides can hear it. It makes manifesting a little bit more divinely guided. So it's another good one to use alongside herkimer. So that's Chevron Amethyst. And for headache. Gibbsite. We don't use this much. It's an incredibly potent stone for anything having to do with headaches, no matter what the cause. If it's a tension headache, nerve headache, spinal skeletal headache, whatever might be triggering it, if it's environmental, it doesn't matter. This will absolutely support headache type pain. So go ahead and we'll bring that in. There we go. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you feel better soon. Hi, Shakina. Nice to see you again. Julia, welcome back. For your mom, it's coughing and respiratory. Okay. Rhodonite is excellent for the lungs, as is green kyanite. We haven't used green kyanite in a while. We've had a lot of success using this for folks who are struggling with COVID. That's very acute and happening right now. But let's see how it supports your mom with the longer version of it. This is also one I use just for anything like a coffee, croupy, congestion-y. Let's go ahead and put it beside all of the blue kyanite. It's going to be a very different grid. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That's for Korakar's mom. Healing up of the long COVID affecting the lungs. All the best to you and your mom. And we've got and I promise I will get to everybody who's requested one at this point. Blue lace, agate, fluorite, sugilite, garnet, smoky rhodonite. Rhodonite quartz helps to direct the energy exactly where it needs to go, and it also helps us to be more energized. It can be excellent for supporting the body to get better from things like illness and injury. It's also used by many to help ward off getting ill or injured and keep us from getting run down. So smoky quartz in and of itself helps to transmute and shift energy, as well as being very protective. So excellent stone to work with. We'll put that right in the center here too. Oop, smacking into stuff. We've got some garnet, sugilite, fluorite. Fluorite is so calming. So calming. And this is how it naturally grows and naturally forms in the Earth's crust. Excellent for teeth as well, as it is fluoride. We've got blue lace agate, which is another one that can actually help support headaches. But it's also wonderful for expressing difficult emotions. It helps to soothe and calm the throat, especially in terms of the energy of the throat of communicating and expressing oneself. If you have anything that's hard for you to talk about or that you think might be harsh for the other person to hear, this is a great stone to have around. It's also wonderful just for sore throats, and it's even used by many for skin allergies. So we'll go ahead and place some around. So that's blue lace agate. Garnet helps with courage. Also helps with being organized, consistent, practical, but it can also help creativity in a practical sense. So if you feel like you're very practical, you're looking for ways to optimize your time, but that tends to limit the creativity you bring to what you do, this can be a great stone to help bridge that gap. It's also wonderful for finding any kind of sense of balance in times of deep change and significant change. Wonderful for organization as well. Okay. If you are born in January, garnet is also your birthstone. And here for Sugilite, I actually want to read someone else's description. This is Sugilite, this beautiful kind of green. Here, let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, there you go. It's a very unique kind of green. I know it's a little out of focus, but you can see the color a little bit better. I don't often work with Sugilite, but I love working with different stones. Go. It's so small that I keep it in something so it doesn't get lost. This is a really incredible, very out of print book that I love very, very much. It's Love is in the Earth by Melody. Sugilite. Sugilite is a love stone for this age, representing the perfection of the spiritual love of all that is and facilitating the manifestation of this energy on the earth plane. It's got deep physical healing powers, but it's also thought to be an evolutionary stone, one that helps us connect with a much bigger understanding of what love is, especially when we think of like upper chakra love, collective consciousness, all that is, and the interconnectedness of all things. It's very much linked with that. Let's see if there's anything else they put in here. It's very much a stone, and this is what I really wanted to look up. This is a stone that it couldn't be more timely. It helps with dismantling things like abrasiveness, unjust behavior. What's a good way to put it? Prejudice, racism, jealousy, all of those kinds of I want to put you down to put myself up kind of emotions. Sugilite can be very, very helpful with that. It helps us to see shared humanity between us and others. So very timely stone. And so, yeah, thank you for that. Oh my goodness. Look, and I just looked at what Heart requested, and here it's all there in Sugilite. Thank you so much. As always, future someone. You always know exactly what we need. Let's see. Just peeking through. So Brindley is requesting mookaite and larimar. Absolutely. Larimar helps us to embrace our spiritual guidance and our spiritual path with a sense of newness, being open to blazing a new trail in terms of that. And what I mean by blazing a new trail in terms of our spirituality, doing things in a way that others have not done them before is something that blazing a trail is always a bit of a challenge, but especially spiritually, it's to follow the beat of your own drummer and even potentially offer an entirely new version of something or an entirely new something as guided by spirit. This is found only in the Dominican Republic on the island of Hispaniola. So yeah, spiritual development. We'll go ahead and we'll place this in front of... Actually, let's use 2 of them. Yeah. Let's use this guy. Yeah. Let's do this and this. They're not very evenly sized stones, so there we go. Thank you, Brindley. And the other one you were looking for was mookaite. Helps us with making decisions and accepting change. Can also help to calm digestion. And is thought by many to give us a little bit of an immune boost. And this also goes by the name Australia jasper. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, Heart, you couldn't have been more spot on with what Sugilite ends up meaning. Letting go of the expectations of others or what others think of us. Judgments, fears, definitely Sugilite can help with those. Worry about finances too. Let's work on letting go of other people's opinions of us. Definitely Larimar helps with that too. As does blue lace agate. That's radical self-acceptance. And worries about finances too. I feel like citrine wants to be here, so let's go ahead and grab citrine. Citrine helps us to call in the resource needs, financial abundance, and resources in all ways. So if you're looking for a better paying job, if you're looking for a house within range of your budget, this can be a good one, but mostly it's used to call in financial assistance, financial wealth. But it also helps to balance our logic with our intuition. So it can be very helpful in a lot of ways. It's a very grounding stone. In a sense, I've always found it really grounding and balancing, especially when I was first opening up or reopening intuitively. I found it to be very helpful to kind of balance like what is logic and what's the intuition and how do I want to use both. Citrine was extremely helpful in that time. And Judgments, fears. I feel like we could use mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian at its most like intense is letting go of the fears of failure and the idea that we have to be perfect or we can't move forward. If you feel like you're paralyzed with the idea of having it be absolutely perfect, I can't move until it's completely done and buttoned up, then mahogany obsidian can be very, very helpful for that. So I'll go ahead and bring some of that in as well. Okay. And thank you for being here, Heart. It's good to see you. You have a violet and white Sugilite. That sounds beautiful. Yep, you spelled it right, Shakina. Sugilite. Okay. So did I miss anybody? Julia. Help with depression, anxiety, as well as finding a job that suits your situation best. Awesome. The citrine can help. Let's also see. I think tourmalinated quartz is what keeps coming to mind intuitively as I read Julia's request. Helps to release nervous energy and things like anxiety, but it's also considered to be protective of employment and especially helpful at finding new jobs. So this is also great for letting go of patterns from childhood and anything having to do with the vessels of the heart, as well as scars, lesions, things like that on the skin, breaking up scar tissue. So there's a ton of them that I have, and I love that they all look so different. And because quartz comes in all colors, we can have clear tourmalinated quartz, which is the most common that you'd see. But there's also like green, which brings in a lot of emotional and heart-centered energy. So I'm going to use a little bit of both. This one's going to help more with the job, the clear, and the green is going to help a little bit more with like anxiety and even a little bit of depression. So let's go ahead and bring in the green. And for clear, there we go. Fantastic. Heart healing and peace. I like that. You like rhodonite? We will do the rhodonite. I knew this was going to come out today. This also helps the lungs, but unrequited love, also insecurity. So this will help with heart's request also. Anything that has to do with belittling as well, but it's just a great heart healer. Supporting the emotional heart, especially in times of loss or loneliness, can be very, very helpful there. Breakups, like I said, unrequited love. And also, some folks do use it for autoimmune issues. I mean, of course, no crystal is going to replace any kind of medicine, but we can hang out with the energy of the crystal while we take it. So, love this for heart and support. I think we got everything, and so we have healing peace, And let's bring in some aqua aura before we go into me picking some stones for you to vote on. Aqua aura is thought to be really helpful with things like depression. I've found it really helpful. The stone is actually treated clear quartz. It's treated with metal to give it this sort of flashy appearance. So this is not a naturally occurring stone as we see it. The crystal itself inside, yeah, that's a naturally occurring clear quartz. The blue is a special scientific process that creates that effect. But it is a very happy stone, but also not just happy in terms of helping support depression. It kind of like sits with you. It's a great aid for loneliness and just feeling like you're not alone, like you're being supported. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the middle too. And great. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I usually do. I'm going to pick a few stones that I think might support the energy of the grid. And while you all vote on them, I will be describing what Reiki is to those who are new. Oh, Grace, I'm glad you like that. And okay, so here's what I have. The first is green calcite. Green calcite helps to lovingly support the heart. It helps us in a very emotional heart kind of way. It allows us to feel that we're being renewed, replenished, and restored emotionally. Lovely, lovely, lovely stone to work with. Yeah, really great for just supporting us in a way that's not too heavy or too strong, but kind of just right. So yeah, we've got green calcite. I feel like when we feel extra depleted in the heart, it's one that can really just sort of, again, sit with us and spend time with us as we slowly over time feel rejuvenated. The other is lepidolite. Lepidolite is lithium mica. Definitely do not do direct infusions with this, but it helps to find a sense of calming and soothing, but it also helps to kind of find a place of discernment, especially if we feel too busy in the mind and the heart to be able to commit to a yes, a no, a stay, a go. It's also great for letting go of what no longer serves on an emotional level. It's a great mood booster. It helps like lift us up and let us feel a little bit better. So yeah, lepidolite or green calcite. So some really nice, lovely, and light stones to choose from. So yeah, there's a lot to green calcite. I could be here all day talking about green calcite. It's just so, so pretty. It does so many things. But we're going to go ahead and I'll let you vote in the chat. Go ahead and say which one's your favorite. I never know how this is going to go. And if you haven't already liked the stream, if you could, it really helps me out. It really helps get the algorithm to pick us up. And I'm going to quickly describe what Reiki is to those who are new, and then we're going to drop right into the healing. So again, welcome in. As I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name's Danielle Stimpson, and if you want to learn more about my online Reiki classes, social media, Discord, crystal shop, all that good stuff, it's all in the description below, along with the information about the musician who created our soundtrack today. So Reiki, the style that I practice, is known as Usui Reiki, and this style comes from Japan. The concept of energy is that it flows through everything, and it does that by way of all of us. All of us are interconnected. All of us overlap. All of our spirits are inextricably linked in many ways. This is a tenet of the indigenous faith of Shintoism that we see in Japan, and that's very much an active foundation on which this practice is built. We are all interconnected in so many ways. And even though our energy fields are very much our own, there's still quite a bit that we share. And in that sharing alike, there are many different, if you will, frequencies of energy that move through that. One of those is spiritually guided life energy, or Reiki. This is not my energy, not your energy. This is an energy that supports our greatest healing good, and it shows up uniquely to each person in that their body, mind, and spirit takes this energy and uses it in a unique fashion to support that individual right where they are today, here, and now. So whatever you're looking for support with, you can just think about it and ask the universe to support it, or just be open. The Reiki will support you to get the greatest healing that serves you today in the best way. You may feel sensations physically, emotionally, intuitively, spiritually, any number of ways. A lot of times it's more than one. It's a little bit of a combo. What I suggest you do is just get as physically comfortable as you can, sitting up, lying down, moving around, whatever works for you. You can cover your eyes or not. You can use a pillow and blanket or not. And I'll simply send the healing energy to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. Because of the concept of energy flowing through all of us and all of us being interconnected, it doesn't matter where I am in relation to you in terms of miles or kilometers, and it doesn't matter where I am in relation to you in terms of time. So no matter when you're watching this, the healing is available to you as well. If you're here with us live, I will be sending, either way, I will be sending for 25 minutes. And at the end, I will open up the chat for any questions or anything you want to share. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, go ahead and put any questions or comments in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to you. You can also reach out to me through social media, and I'll help you there. During the session, I will turn down the lights, turn up the music. There's more info about the musician in the description. And the lights, while they will move slowly through several different colors, they will not flash or strobe. So thank you for being here. And if you have any intentions during your session, just think of them and let them go to the universe. And remember that you don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to try to keep your mind silent. Although you can if you want to. Simply enjoy and relax as you happen to be, wherever you happen to be. Even if you can't really relax, even if you're a little bit uncomfortable, Reiki will absolutely meet you exactly where you're at. So thank you for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this energy with all of you. And let's go ahead and see what won that vote. Surprise, it's everything. Yeah, it's always both, isn't it? Both. Okay. Oh, hi, Vic. Oh, I'm so glad that your throat felt better. Welcome back. Thank you for that. I guess welcome back. Sorry about that. I think I blinked out for a moment. Technical glitches. But yes, so green calcite and lepidolite. lepidolite here and here. And I actually have 2 big pieces of green calcite, so put one here. I think you can see that. And here. Let's go with that. Thank you all so much for being here. Go ahead, get nice and comfy. I'm going to send for the next 25 minutes. I hope that you enjoy your session, and I will see you then. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It was an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. And if you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to go ahead and share that in the chat. Thank you all so much. I absolutely love the community that's growing in chat and how you guys are all like touching base with each other, checking in with each other, lighting candles for each other. This has really turned into the most beautiful thing. You're all so very welcome. Reminder, today being 4 p.m., tomorrow at 8 a.m. is going to be the next community distance Reiki, followed by Friday at 4 and 8 p.m., Sunday at 8 p.m. as well. You're welcome, everyone. Oh, good to see you, Vincent. And, and tomorrow, definitely check back in. There's going to be a really cool surprise for all of you uploaded to the channel, so do not miss that. Be sure to check back during the day. Oh yeah, I kind of felt like I wasn't ready to come back in either, Brindley. You all are so welcome. Yes, Susan, thank you very much for lighting the candle. Yes, everybody be well. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And what a serious, just absolutely astounding grid we've all built. Thank you for the communal chi, the beautiful space we co-created together, and I hope that you feel so much better than when you came in. Oh yeah, none of us were ready to come back. 5 more minutes, Ma. Oh, love to all of you too. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. See you all soon. I can't even type. I absolutely understand. Oh, I'm so glad you like Aqua Aura. I really need to learn more about that stone. I really do. Maybe get a few more for us. You're so welcome. It's good to see you all again. Shakina, Julia, Brindley, Susan, Hart, Vincent, Korakar, NP, Grace, Vic, Future Someone, Korakar. Really appreciate all of you very, very much. Absolutely, you're so welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring things to a nice, lovely end. Thank you all so much for the communal chi and for the healing requests. Thank you for your energy and for all of the love and support in the chat. I wish all of you a beautiful rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.